Hi, this is Scott Garibay. Excuse me. And today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to talk about my brand new Dungeons and Dragons campaign, Arbor Adventures. And we just had a character build session after session one, which was phenomenal. And I just wanted to tell you about it. So let me tell you about Arbor Adventures and this brand new Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I'm running. So first of all, so far it's one Dungeon Master, one Dragon Master, right? So Dragon Master has their player character, and session one. And by the way, this is part of a playlist. You don't have to listen to the playlist to understand what I'm going to say here, but if you're not familiar with Arbor Adventures, you can go back to the start of the playlist, which is in the link below. And it's pretty incredible. I'm really having a blast. So me and one Dragon Master, right? And yesterday we built out the Dragon Master's character for everything but the character's name. So when we started playing, the Dragon Master only knew their class, and even that. And I'm sorry. Let me explain something. We are using core Dungeons and Dragons now lore and settings. Okay, so basically, right now the lore is every Dungeons and Dragons canon hardback that's been printed since 2014. So 2014 Dungeons and Dragons, the now Dungeons and Dragons, the ones that have the black spine with the red ampersand, right? And the one that Christopher Perkins built, right? So we're using those settings and that lore, but for the rule set, we are using Crown and Skull. So if you're not familiar with Crown and Skull is a phenomenal rule set. It's one core book. It came out from Runehammer Games, and it's created by Hankern Farinale and the Runehammer team, and it is truly tremendous. It is very similar to Dungeons and Dragons in that it's American fantasy, but we are using the rule set from it, and the changes in that rule set are hero points, attrition, phases, and automatic hit. There's no to hit roll in Crown and Skull. You go to attack, you simply hit, and you roll your damage. You want to talk about fast movement? It is so fast, you would not believe it. It is extremely fast. So basically, we started our campaign, and I like to do this where I don't want to talk about our campaign. I want to do our campaign, all right? And I was like, the perfect example of this is me and this other Dragon Master talked once, and I was like, you want to play? And he was like, yes, let's do Dungeons and Dragons. And immediately I said, all you need to do is select your core ability from Crown and Skull. He selected Empath, and we ran a session, period. And all he knew, he didn't know his character's name. He did not know his character's species. And he did not know, anything other than Empath. And we immediately just started and ran, right? But in the second section, we actually built the Empath, right? Using the hero point system of Crown and Skull. And now I know that this Empath is a high elf assassin who has a cursed dagger, which is absolutely deadly. Now, actually, deadly is a weapon attribute, which his weapon does have. But it is like, this thing makes him an absolute reaper. So basically, with this weapon, he gets an additional die, he gets bleed, and it's chained to him. He can never lose it, right? And actually, it's chained to him, and he can never lose it. It is extremely dangerous weapon. It is mercilessly deadly, right? This one weapon fulfills the assassin arc, right? You're like, oh, I'm an assassin. Well, how are you an assassin? Because every time this blade hits somebody, there's a really good chance they're going to die, right? In fact, if they're a normal human elf dwarf, they're dead, right? Within 1 or 2 rounds, easily, right? Because they're going to bleed out. So it is astonishing. And what I really loved is that this was all revealed before the second session was played, but after the first session was played. Do not talk, right? We participated in Dungeons and Dragons rather than talking for weeks about a campaign that might happen, and doing useless session zeros that, it was just so fast, and I really liked it, and I'm extremely excited as we continue to build this out. Thanks for letting me share this journey with you. Everything you just heard is my humble opinion on the best parts experience so far in Arbor Adventure. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion on Crown and Skull, Dungeons and Dragons, your current campaign. Love to hear those. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.